Thank you, Dr. Neha Kakar, Sahani sir. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. This is the 1499th day of continuous webinar conducted by International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy. As you all know, that we are celebrating the 1500 day tomorrow, and in connection with the 1500 day celebration, we have arranged a session of a continuous 7 days program on a particular subject, and that the scope of homeopathy for the diseases of humans, animals, and plants. And today is the 6th day of the session, and let us begin the session with 1 minute silent prayer. Thank you all. As you all know, we are very happy to celebrate the 1500 day in a different way, and by choosing a subject and having discussion with 3 eminent international faculties every day. And today we are lucky to have 3 international faculties, that is Professor Dr. Chandrbhuj Naik from India, Dr. Javed Akhtar from Pakistan, and Dr. Biasit Gesner from Germany. And as you all know, all these people are very, very eminent, and they are giving lot of presentations in our forum, and all presentations were excellent. And Sahani sir, whether Chandru Naik sir,
he has joined. He's already there.
sir,
I have made him the co-host.
Then please make the please make.
I'm making me the
host, sir.
I'm making me the host, and you can make me the co-host.
Yes, sir. Please wait.
So now you are host, Dr. Ganesh.
Yes. One minute, I'm making all of them.
Dr. Betrix has also joined now.
Yes, doctor. Sir has joined his Chandrbhuj Naik.
Yes, I have joined.
Sir, please raise your hand, sir. I could not.
Yes.
No,
Can you see me? Can you see me?
Yeah, you are visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Ganesh, you can see his face.
Yes, sir. Sir, please adjust your camera a little more. Otherwise, we can see your full face. Please adjust, Dr. C.K. Naik.
You cannot see me.
Only we can see a half part of you, sir. Please adjust. You may.
Is it okay? Is it okay now?
No, sir. Please adjust.
Slightly up, sir.
So 1 minute. I'm calling my son to help me.
Okay, sir.
Bapu.
That's why I was finding it difficulty in finding. I was searching CH. Yes, sir.
Am I visible now?
Yeah, now you are beautiful.
Am I audible? Audible also?
Yeah, you are also audible, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. All the guests have joined. We are very happy to invite all of you one by one. Before the session, let us have a inaugural session. I invite Dr. Chandrbhuj Naik, sir, to inaugurate the session first.
Good evening to everybody, all the professionals of homeopathy. It is a pleasure for me to be present here. And I was really surprised to hear Dr. Sahani when he invited me for this forum and giving a short notice to me that you have to speak on this aspect. And I'll go into detail about that my presentation, but I will not take more time. But formally, it is a formality only. So I take it a pleasure to inaugurate the session, and we have 3 speakers: one from India, myself, and one from Pakistan, and the third is from Third is from? He's from?
German.
Germany.
German, the country where homeopathy was born and brought up in India. So we are all here. I am really proud. I'm really proud and privileged to represent our country today. Thanks to Dr. Sahni and his group. Yes, please. Now with this, I inaugurate the session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Shall I invite Dr. Beatrice from Germany to begin the session presentation, sir?
Yes,
Or
thank
shall I
you
make
very
a present?
much.
Yes, please wait. Let me introduce our guest, Dr. Beatrice from Germany. She is a medical doctor. She is a specialist in dermatology and practicing homeopathy for the last 32 years. And she had total service of 36 years, but she has turned to homeopathy and is one of the best doctor in Germany practicing homeopathy nowadays. She has presented so many sessions in this forum, and all the presentations were excellent. And we really love to have to begin the session. And as you know, the subject of the day is scope of homeopathy for humans, animals, and plants. Welcome, Dr. Krishna.
Yes, thank you so much. And it's a great, great honor and pleasure to be with you again. And 1,500 days, that's really amazing. We will be ready for the Guinness Book of Records. And thank you so much for our colleagues and friends. And I'm staying with you since, I think, more than 1,000 days. And I also can say that during the time, we got friends, we got very much connected. Some of you I did meet personally. And I was asking myself today, what would be nice for you as a little presentation? So, because I'm just coming from the Liga Congress in Spain, Sevilla, I made a little summary for you, and I hope you will enjoy that. And Dr. Danish, I'm happy to see your granddaughter, or who is it? Nice, growing. And so I would like to start with a presentation. Can you see the presentation?
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay, fine. So we have that mood. So today or tomorrow, as Dr. Danish said, we have 1,500 days of celebration. So everybody is very, very happy. And I also want to express my deep, deep respect about your how you say, your endurance of continuing and also organizing everything. I know how much, I have an idea how much work this also is. And Dr. Danish, a special greeting for you also, always connecting very well with us and inspiring us to give another presentation. So greetings from Spain, Sevilla. I was there last week. It was a Liga Congress number 100. It started 100 years ago in 1924. So you see the big, big place, Plaza de España in Sevilla. And we have been around 800 participants and more than 100 from India. It was really impressive to have so many colleagues from India there. So the inaugural lecture was given by Dr. Raj Kumar Manchanda. Perhaps you know him. It was about social reality and future visions of homeopathy in the world. And I liked that lecture very much. And the introduction we can see here. So he said, the social reality of homeopathy is a multifactored phenomenon shaped by historical, cultural, economic, and medical factors. While it remains contentious with limited scientific support, its persistence in various forms across the world underscores the complexity of healthcare choices and the importance of addressing patients' needs and preferences comprehensively. The vision for the future of homeopathy is one of cautious optimism, where tradition meets innovation. By integrating with traditional and conventional biomedicine without compromising its identity, embracing technological advancements and pursuing scientific validation, homeopathy has the potential to evolve and remain a viable option within the global healthcare system. Our future will depend on our ability to adapt to changing society perspectives, scientific continuity, and regulatory landscape. If these challenges are met, we could continue to serve as a valuable component of personalized, patient-centered healthcare for generations to come. So it was a very big message for the Congress Dr. Machanda did give. And just to give some little overview, Dr. Faruk Master, I think all of you know him. He was talking about cancer very, very nicely, more than 1 hour about the physics to treat cancer. And he impressed very well again that the tumors which we see as cancer are the results, the local results of the disease which is inside. And for this, we have to treat the patients on a earlier level and on an energetic level. It was very, very good speech of him, more than 3 hours before the Congress. He was invited to give that lesson. Then Dr. Aditya Parekh, I think you also know him, was speaking very, very nicely about advanced pathologies. There was a case of venous ulcer since 70 years, a man of 41 years, and he was really desperate. A big, big ulcer which could not heal at the lower leg. And Dr. Parekh explained very nicely how he treated him step by step. First of all with Anthracinum C30 twice a day. Later there was a phase of sulfur. And he explained very well a special remedy, and I also would like to share that with you. That is Polygonum punctuatum C30 twice a day. And with that remedy, the ulcer was closing more or less after 8 months. Very impressive case. And another lady from India, Dr. Kavita Chandak, also gave a very nice presentation of 3 hours and was very, very caretaking of the people. And one of her cases was interesting. It seems easy, but it's not so easy. It was a male with difficulties of the vision, and it was a horizontal diplopia. He could not see up and down, and this existing since years and years. And he tried every treatment and tried different prisma ocules, and he was really also desperate. And the symptoms have been blurred vision, headaches, holding urine, a lot of neck pain also, very anxious, very nervous person, trembling, and weeping was ameliorating. So Dr. Kavita gave the remedy Gelsemium C200, which seems easy, but to see it in such a chronic case of vision difficulty, and it was impressive. 1 month later, 95% better, and no headaches anymore. So another Indian colleagues I met, they have been talking about their hospital. The names are, I don't know whether I spell it right, Dr. Danesh, Amashina Imanish Mikam. You told me you know them also. And they're also performing very nicely. And then we have Latin America, Colombia, Dr. Fabio Gonzalez. I know him from last year. And he said he's a teaching person from Bogota. And he said, if we have the Organon and the other books of Dr. Hahnemann, sometimes there are old phrases and old language. So to teach the young people, we need to translate that language into a modern language. And he's a teacher in Bogota since 30 years, very well known, and it was a very good presentation. Later, next to him, also from Colombia, Dr. Dairo Melo, and he was talking about the case taking and was explaining how important it is to have a good connection with the patient, and that in neurology you can measure the activity of the brain of the patient if he feels understood. That was very, very good. And he also explained one very old wisdom of ancient Greek people, of Socrates. He's a philosopher, very well-known philosopher from Greece. And Socrates said, if you want to learn something, the most important is to listen and to ask good questions. So these nearly coming to the end of my presentation. These are friends from Argentina, I know very well. In the middle, you have Dr. Gustavo Caldaldi, who is the head of the school in Buenos Aires. When I was there in February, he showed me his school, very, very nice person. He was giving me his book. And on the right is a young colleague, Agustin, always present and also very caretaking. So Dr. Gustavo Cataldi, Agustin Salinas. Very impressive was Dr. Nestor Campoda, also from Argentina. He has his own school, and he was presenting a case of muscle dystrophy in a 15-year-old boy considered incurable, considered to die in the next years. And he was explaining very well how it is taking the symptoms. As a constitutional remedy, there was phosphorus. And as a remedy for the physical complaints of not being able to walk again very well, of not moving very well. And this boy was a fan of football. He was a football player. And having that disease, which was very, very sad. So he decided to give plumbum phospholicum with a very, very, very impressive result. This is the boy. So last person now, very, very special for me, Rachel Roberts from UK, chairwoman of the Homeopathic Research Institute, in London. She also produced that film about homeopathy, Just One Drop. It's worthwhile seeing that film. And she was performing about the Australian study in 2005 with a wrong outcome for homeopathy and a false communication, which had to be taken back now. So I don't know whether I can make it more big. So the basic was that she told us she was looking for 1,500 studies of allopathic medicine and controlling the value of this study. And the outcome was that the value of this study, of the allopathic studies, are more or less as the value of the homeopathic study, in spite of us having much less money. So scientifically, it's clear their studies are not better than our studies. That was one point. And the second point, she said, even if the study doesn't show a high effort on the patient, it still doesn't mean that the method and the treatment doesn't work. These are two different things. So that was I'm sorry, I cannot show very clearly now the pictures, but it was very impressive of her. And here's a picture just to see her. It's a gala evening. We have made a picture. Rachel Roberts from UK. Good to know her. And last but not least, I was also present giving a presentation about LM potencies in difficult diseases. And with my friend, Dr. Dr. Helio Pereira from Portugal came as a surprise. So he reached. I was talking at Saturday 8 o'clock in the morning, and he came, and it was a big surprise. So you see that picture here. As you know, I have a strong connection with Portugal. I'm giving lectures over there. I've been teaching since 8 years over there. Thank you. It was a really nice week, and to show also the brotherhood of homeopathy.
Thank you, Dr. Beatrice, for giving us the details about your last seminar, and all those seminars were really brilliant as far as homeopathy is concerned. This kind of things are really bring notice to the public is the need of the hour, and we will try to upload all those things on the very next day itself. And thank you for joining this discussion. And now I invite our senior most Dr. Professor Dr. Chadarbhuj Naik, sir, from India. Sir has completed DHMS in honors and diploma, NIH and MD homeopathy, and was the former president of Homeopathic University, Jaipur, Rajasthan, and former chairman Homeopathy Pharmacopoeia Council, Government of India, and former director general of Central Council of Research in Homeopathy. And we proudly welcome you to the session, sir. Please unmute yourself and please unmute, sir. Yes.
Good evening to all my colleagues here. I'm again giving thanks to all the organizers of this IFPH on this 1500th day of presentation. It is a unique thing and a very huge thing. So what my predecessor told, it should be in the Guinness Book of Records also, in the annals of homeopathy in the world. So I will not take a lot of time, but during our first discussion with Dr. Sahani, he suggested me to deal with what are the research studies done in homeopathy in the past, because I worked for so many years in Central Council for Research in Homeopathy under Government of India for about 7 to 8 years. So he thought that I must speak about the past research studies done in homeopathy. But I suggested that one part in the first phase, I will take up those research studies done in the past, not only in CCRH, but also outside the four walls of CCRH. There are other private bodies, NGOs, those who have also done commendable research in the field of homeopathy. So today I will cover both the aspects. That means research studies done in the past by CCRH as well as some reputed NGOs, and also I will suggest some important research areas where future research should be taken up on priority basis. So first of all, I will tell some of the important research studies done by the Apex Research Organization, that is Central Council for Research on Homeopathy. When I was the Director General of CCRH, I will tell CCRH for Central Council for Research in Homeopathy. In short, I will tell, henceforth I will tell CCRH only to save time. When I was the DG of, that DG means Director General of CCRH, there was a challenge at the global level against homeopathy, because some of the professionals, particularly from conventional medicine and pharmaceutical industry, they blamed homeopathy, they branded homeopathy as a placebo response. And some of the pharmaceuticals and also the professionals of conventional medicine, professionals of other streams, allied streams also, they wanted to malign homeopathy as a placebo response. So there was a challenge on our research organization how to counter this criticism and skepticism. So what I did with the help of our team and convincing our scientific advisory board, we gave adequate funds to two research organizations of India who were dealing with fundamental research. One was School of Tropical Medicine, West Bengal, India, to take up a study on to show the prophylactic action of belladonna 200 against Japanese encephalitis virus infection, both in vitro model, that is on chorioallantoic membrane of cheek embryo, and also in vivo model, that is in mice model, to prevent Japanese encephalitis infection in the brain. And all our friends will be very happy to know that Belladonna 200 would prevent the attack of JE virus infection. That was one commendable study, and that was published not only in peer-reviewed journals, but also I called for the press conference and published in all the national and regional newspapers about the success story of homeopathy in the fundamental research. Sorry, I have a very bad throat. Next is another study was done on another fundamental research institute that is called Bose Institute, which is very famous for fundamental research studies. We gave them funds to see whether some of the homeopathic medicines, they possess apoptotic action of homeopathic medicines on cancer cells. That means, and at the end of the study, they could show that yes, homeopathic medicines like calcareous, arsenic album, silicea, phosphorus killed cancer cells in comparison to control arms. Besides that, we also developed, with the help of the scientists of allied discipline, the CCRH developed protocols on drug standardization, drug proving, that is homeopathic pathogenetic trial, then clinical verification, clinical research, epidemic research. So many areas we developed protocols on that, and we did the study also. Then going beyond the CCRH, let me tell you, in the private sector, in the other sector also, other organizations also, they have done commendable work to help homeopathy grow or establish in the field of scientific medicine. One study was done by the IIT Mumbai, IIT Bombay in the state of Maharashtra under the guidance of Professor Joyce R. Bellare, who was the head of that chemical engineering department, who did a study with 6 homeopathic medicines of metallic origin to show that there was presence of nanoparticles of the basic drug substance even in higher dilutions like 30, 200 potencies, which are considered to be beyond Avogadro's number. This was a milestone, and this study was published in the best homeopathy journal in the world, that is Homeopathy, and also in other journals. He presented all over the world and all over India, all the states, all the seminars. He presented the effects of these medicines. Now the next study was done by Delhi University, and they did the study on cervical cancer cell line, and they were also very successful. Then another on a particular device, that is MEMS device. This one Center for Incubation, Innovation and Research Center in Bengaluru, in the state of Karnataka in India. That study was done, and you'll be happy to know that because Dr. Sahani told me to deal with 3 areas: plant model, human model, and also animal model. So coming to plant model, many studies have been done in the past to show that homeopathic medicines have positive effect on the growth of the plant, that is including root and shoot. Plus, one study at IIT Hyderabad, they did a study on agro-homeopathy showing that the homeopathic medicines had antifungal effect. And the medicines like colchicum and chelidonium had that could promote the growth of the plant, flowering time, and grow and production also, yield of the plants also, that was done. And as I told you, study on the animals was done in Institute of IVRI, Institute of Veterinary and Research Institute, Bareilly, in the state of Uttar Pradesh in India, and they found that the homeopathy medicines had also some effect on the calf diarrhea, on poultry diarrhea, and some of the other in the in vitro model also they could show the result. They showed particular result on neonatal calf diarrhea. Besides that, in Veterinary Research Institute, Gujarat, they also did study on some skin diseases of dogs, then arthritis of horse, etc. They could show, and diabetes and arthritis in rat models. Many studies were done which could show that homeopathy medicines had positive result. Now let me come to reputed NGOs like Dr. M.L. Dhaule Memorial Homeopathic Institute, Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. They did study on diabetes mellitus, learning disabilities. They did focus on more, they laid more focus on mental disease like learning disabilities. There was another institute, Spandan Holistic Institute of Applied Homeopathy in Mumbai, Maharashtra. They did study on autism spectrum disorders and ADHD. And there is another center in Lucknow, UP in India. That center is Gaurang Clinic and Center for Homeopathy Research. They did beautiful study they did on uterine fibroid, ovarian cyst, including PCOD and other obstinate diseases. And they could show that the results were very much highly positive and very, very interesting. Whatever I have told you so far, the very, very interesting study was done by Society for Welfare of Handicapped Persons in the city of Durgapur in West Bengal. That study was done by Dr. Dhruva Chakraborty on leprosy ulcer, trophic ulcers caused by leprosy. You know, that is, we think that leprosy ulcer is almost incurable. But Dr. Chakraborty could show that with the medicine like Mercurius solubilis 200, he could cure, he could heal. He was successful to heal up so many ulcers. Because I told Dr. Sahani to make presentation by slides, but he told that time will be not there. So otherwise I could have shown how these trophic ulcers were healed up with Mercurius. Similarly, one study was done at one of the research centers of CCRH in Hyderabad. They did study on diabetic foot ulcer also. So diabetic foot ulcer, the other conventional experts, they suggested for amputation of all the patients, but our medicines, by dressing with calendula mother tincture and giving the indicated medicine, cipilinum, then mercurius, then other mostly antiseptic drugs, nitric acid, by giving these drugs, they could show that the patients could be cured. Now I have with this, I have finished the first part of my presentation, that is the past research studies, important past research studies in homeopathy. Now I will take up the second part, that is future research areas. And one is most important area. Again, I am telling you, in view of the strong attacks from the critics and skeptics of homeopathy, that is not yet over. Still, it is continuing. And very recently, you will be very sad to know that in one of the journals, reputed journals published from Kerala, the scientists of other disciplines, they published that our medicinal arsenicum album 30 had toxic effects on liver. But the methodology they adopted, the criteria parameters of homeopathy they adopted, that research study were totally false. And our scientists of research centers at Kottayam, Kerala, they published another counter article countering that methodology. They published another rejoinder which was published in the same journal. So what I'm telling you, what is my intention to tell all my friends that that attacks from our friends in other schools, from other schools, is not yet over. So we must be alert, and we must now focus on how the fundamental principles of homeopathy can be validated by scientific studies, adopting modern parameters of research methodology. That is the most important thing. Law of similia, law of simplex, law of minimum, doctrine of drug proving, doctrine of potentization, theory of vital force, theory of chronic disease. Apart from these 7 cardinal principles, other important areas where studies should be done are Herring's law of cure, susceptibility, Kane's dual observations. And if the outcomes are positive, then it will be a fitting reply to our skeptics and critics of homeopathy, and it will strengthen the foundation of scientific foundation of homeopathy. Then fundamental research studies. Let me tell you, there is a special committee on fundamental research and basic research under CCRH, where I am the chairman, and experts from biochemistry, biophysics, agriculture, veterinary sciences, so many experts, chemical engineering, then immunology, they are the experts members there. And we are giving funds. Women's CCRH is giving funds to some of the reputed institutes to conduct collaborative study, joint study with CCRH on fundamental aspects of homeopathy and how to prove, justify the number one. I'm suggesting the areas where the study should be done. One is mode of action of homeopathic medicines. How our homeopathic medicines act inside the body, either through blood vessels or through nerves or through tissues. That should be also explored. Second thing, determining the immunomodulatory role of homeopathic medicines, how they modulate the immunity in our body. Then another important area is determining antimicrobial properties of homeopathic medicines, whether they directly kill the microbes or they raise the immunity of the host organism, thereby make the microbes inactive. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What I'm telling, I know the time is very short, so I'll try to finish within 5 minutes only.
Sir, we can have a full session in the coming week itself. So please conclude, because our
Yes, I'll conclude now. Right now, I'll conclude. These are these fundamental research study to be done. Another important area is shelf-life study. Shelf-life study of the homeopathy medicines, that is expiry date. Then in the clinical research field also, we have to take up clinical research studies on rigorous study design, that is randomized controlled trials. Then we have to see the role of specific homeopathy medicines in specific disease conditions, like that is called clinical homeopathy. That is Rostox in filariasis, nanocurcumin in cancer, arsenic albumin in COVID-19, etc. Then coming to most important is pharmaceutical sector. What I am suggesting here, all our homeopathy pharmaceuticals, they must fund the organizations, the individuals to take up studies on homeopathy research, and they must set up a R&D cell in each industry to supervise the manufacturing process of the homeopathic medicines. And lastly, we must do research on iatrogenic diseases. That means, WHO has told recently that more deaths are occurring due to the adverse drug reactions than natural diseases. So we have to now to study whether the allopathic medicines, the effects we have to counter by antidoting, or by taking the totality and giving the simillimum, or by in a totopathic method. That means potentizing them and giving to the same person. And lastly, but not the least, in the public health initiative mode, in the public health domain, we have to do some research to popularize, not only to popularize homeopathy, but also to render service to the people. And if we become successful, then the 4 stakeholders will be happy. Who are those 4 stakeholders? 4P. First P for policymakers, second P for professionals, third P for public, and fourth P for patients. So this is my last statement. So before concluding my speech, I'm really sorry that I have caused constraints to the organizers by violating the domain and taking a lot of time. So thank you all. Thank you very much. Joy Hind, Joy Honeyman, Joy Homeopathy, Joy Jagannath.
Thank you, Professor Chandra Naik, sir. It's really a very good session indeed, and we really love it. And we can have one more presentation, full edition of your presentation in the coming month week itself, so that we can know what is happening with the research in India from your side. Thank you, sir, once again. Now let us go to the third presenter, that is none other than Dr. Javed Akhtar from Pakistan. As you all know, that he is a regular presenter in our forum, and he's a legend from Pakistan. He's a person who loves homeopathy and is always a follower of Dr. Saigal's School of Homeopathy, and has completed BHMS and BSc in clinical pathology, MPhil in physiology, and is the ex-member National Council for Homeopathy in Pakistan, and ex-chairman of Professional Development Program Homeopathy, Government of Pakistan. And let us proudly welcome sir to the session.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, all the respected homeopathic doctors, well-wishers. I am really thankful for this session to present my case, to present here presentations. So today is the 1499 uninterrupted daily webinar sessions. The topic is the scope of homeopathy in human, animals, and plants. This is my topic today. So, what is the agenda? Today, the vital role of homeopathy in healing human, animals, and plants. Homeopathy, a key to health for all living beings. Empowering life, homeopathy for human, animals, and plants. Homeopathy impact healing for people's pets and plants. Homeopathy healing across all life forms. Homeopathy a healing force among healing system human. Homeopathy a healing for homeopathy system. This is basically for the plants. You can see here before this plant and after this plant. Homeopathy are healing among healing system animals. Homeopathy is a type of alternative medicine based on the idea of like cures like. This means the substance causing symptoms in healthy people and can help treat similar symptoms in sick individuals when they are highly diluted. Founded by Samuel Hahnemann in the late 18th century, homeopathy has been used for over 200 years to treat various health problems from minor issues to chronic disease. Our hot topic is the appeal of homeopathy lies in the holistic approach, aiming to activate the body's natural healing process while minimizing side effects through the use of diluted remedies. However, homeopathy has faced criticism and skepticism regarding its effectiveness and scientific validity. Many studies show mixed results, with some suggesting benefits for conditions like allergies and migraines, while others criticize the quality of these studies. Critics often label homeopathy as a pseudoscience, claiming its principles conflict with established scientific knowledge, leading to regulatory challenges in different countries. The ongoing debate surrounding homeopathy means its role in healthcare remains a hot topic in both alternative and conventional medicine. Application of homeopathy in human health. Homeopathy has been utilized for over 2 centuries based on the principle of like cures like. This approach focuses on stimulating the body's natural healing process, making it popular for managing chronic conditions. Role in serious illness. Although homeopathy is not recommended as the only treatment of life-threatening diseases like cancer or heart disease, there is some evidence that it may help improve the quality of life for the patient with serious illness. It is essential for patients to consult healthcare professionals about any complementary therapies they consider, especially when dealing with severe health issues. Efficacy and safety considerations. The effectiveness of homeopathy continues to be studied. Some research suggests it may be beneficial for specific conditions such as allergies, pain relief, and mental health problems. However, it's important to note that some scientific studies have not shown significant benefits, often due to individualized treatment protocols. Patients are encouraged to speak with healthcare professionals before starting homeopathic treatment, especially if they are switching from conventional medication. Application of homeopathy in human health. The efficacy of homeopathy has been debated within the medical community for years. Numerous studies and meta-analysis have been conducted to assess its effectiveness, often pointing out significant methodological concerns. The major issue is publication bias, where studies with positive outcome are more likely to be published than those with negative result. Methodological quality of trials. The quality of randomized trials in homeopathy is often considered lower than that of conventional medicine. Systematic review indicates that the higher quality trials typically show less favorable result from homeopathy, suggesting that evidence supporting its efficacy is weak. Many clinical trials have flaws and are classified as having a high risk of bias. Meta-analysis findings. Meta-analysis have shown mixed results regarding homeopathy's efficacy. Some analyses indicate significant effects favoring homeopathy for specific conditions like allergies and asthma, but these results often come from trial, not deemed reliable. Furthermore, variation among studies complicate the interpretation of findings, highlighting a lack of strong evidence. Controversies and criticism. Homeopathy has been controversial since its special. Critics argue that its principles conflict with established scientific method, labeling it as pseudoscience. The intense opposition to homeopathy span various sectors, including academia and regulatory bodies. Regulatory challenges. Regulatory agencies worldwide have struggled to manage homeopathy. For instance, Switzerland initially stopped reimbursement homeopathy treatment, but later reinstated it due to public pressure. Reflecting the ongoing debate about the acceptance of homeopathy in mainstream healthcare, in the US and FDA and FTC have tightened regulation on making homeopathy products, highlighting concern about their scientific validity and safety. Historical context. Samuel Hahnemann, the founder of homeopathy, faced significant backlash during his life. Established medical practitioners viewed his method as a threat contributing to a climate of hostility toward the innovative approach. His legacy is complex, reflecting the continuous nature of homeopathy. Scientific scrutiny. Numerous systems reviews have produced mixed results regarding homeopathy efficacy. Early reviews occasionally showed positive outcome, but later analysis warned against formed conclusion due to methodological flaws. For instance, a notable meta-analysis criticized for its statistical rigors indicated that the positive finding might have been influenced by researcher biases. Bias in research. Research on complementary and alternative medicine, including homeopathy, often resembles debunking expeditions. Rather than objective inquiries, there is a notable bias against reporting positive findings, complicating the understanding of homeopathy effectiveness. Scientific security. Numerous systems review the produced mixed result regarding homeopathy efficacy. Early review occasionally showed positive outcome, but later analysis warned against from conclusion due to methodological flaws. For instance, a notable meta-analysis criticized the statistical rigors indicated that the positive findings might have been influenced by researcher bias. Scope of homeopathy in animals. Integrative approaches to veterinary care. Effective communication between traditional veterinarian and holistic practitioner is vital for integrating various treatment methods in animal health. Transparency about treatment can help identify potential conflict or interactions between different therapies, allowing both types of healthcare provider to create a comprehensive treatment plan tailored to each pet's need. Research and treatment understanding. Pets owners should educate themselves about the available treatment option, including their benefits and risks. Reliable information can come from veterinary association, academic institutions, and trusted online sources, helping owners make informed decisions about their pet's health. Observing animal preferences. Listening to a pet's behavior is a crucial in determining the effectiveness of treatment approaches. Each animal may respond differently to therapies, and their comfort and well-being should always be a priority. Recognizing and respecting their preferences can improve the integration of traditional and alternative medicine. Finding qualified practitioners and standards. The pet owners must thoroughly research potential holistic practitioners. Veterinary care landscape can be challenges due to varying regulation. Owner verify their credential and seek recommendation from trusted sources to ensure they are choosing qualified providers. Prioritizing preventive care. Holistic pet care emphasizing preventive bias and lifestyle choices to enhance overall well-being. Proper nutrition, regular exercise, and stress management are essential component of a holistic approach. Keeping detailed health record is crucial for monitoring progress and facilitating communication between different healthcare providers. Core principle of holistic care. Holistic veterinary care aims to treat the whole animal rather than focusing only on a specific element. This approach recognizes that various aspects of pet's life, such as diet, environment, and emotional state, significantly influence their health and well-being. Regulatory and safety consideration. While traditional veterinary medicine is tightly regulated, alternative therapies may lack of the same oversight, complicating assessment of the practitioner's qualification and treatment safety. Critics argue that improperly prepared remedies could harm pets, highlighting the need for established guidelines to ensure safety and efficacy in animal health care. By prioritizing integrative and preventive approach and remaining vigilant about practitioners' qualification, pet owners and can navigate veterinary care more effectively. Scope of homeopathy in plant health. Homeopathy's role plants health. Homeopathy has emerged as a natural solution to various agriculture challenges, promoting plant health without synthetic chemical. By applying homeopathic principle, gardeners and farmers can effectively manage plant diseases and enhance immunity. Natural approaches to pest and diseases management. Using homeopathy alongside natural pest management techniques can significantly improve plant health. Methods like integrated pest management, crop rotation, and beneficial microbes help maintain ecological balance, promoting plant immunity while minimizing environmental harm. Natural insecticides like neem oil and homemade spray deter pests and contribute to overall garden health. Boosting plant immunity. Homeopathy provides various methods to strengthen the plant immunity, focusing on environment factor, soil quality, and pest pressure. Culture practices like crop rotation disrupt pest life cycle and enhance soil health. Proper water management and mulching conserve moisture and regulate temperature, creating a stable growing environment. By combining these practices with homeopathic remedies, gardeners can cultivate resilient plants. Homeopathy as a complementary tool. Homeopathy serves as a supplementary method for treating specific plant ailment. Detailed homeopathy treatment exists for common plant diseases, offering targeted relief while emphasizing importance of observing plant signs and symptoms. This approach encourages the use of non-toxic remedies, ensuring the protection of beneficial organisms in the ecosystem. Controversies and criticisms. Homeopathy faces significant criticism within the scientific community. Critics argue to its lack scientific possibility and often categorize it in pseudoscience due to its deviation from established principle. A review by organizations like the National Health and Medical Research Council in Australia have consistently found that homeopathy lacks credible scientific evidence. Skepticism and scientific evidence. The prevailing scientific consensus view homeopathy as ineffective, with many studies failing to show benefits beyond placebo effect. Discussion about homeopathy often reveals epistemological flaws, exaggerating crises in conventional medicine while understanding broader socio-historical context. Professional identity and regulation. The professionalism of homeopathy has drawn criticism, while supporters claim homeopathy represents a distinct medical tradition. Skeptics argue that this creates a divide within the medical community. Regulatory challenges persist due to the lack of standardized education and practice in homeopathy, leading to disparities in practitioner qualification and public health implications. Inspirational and opportunity in homeopathy. Inspiration and opportunity in homeopathy. Become a homeopath, veterinary homeopath, or agro-homeopath for aspiring scientists. Embrace the vast and uncharted potential of homeopathy. This is an ample room for discovery. How it's healed, the art of potency selection, and the application of homeopathy prophylaxis. This field invite your curiosity and dedication. For homeopathy practitioner, share your valuable data, adhere to standardized methods, and work within the scientific and ethical framework laid out by the organism. Your contribution can solidify homeopathy's place in the scientific community. A field ripe for exploration. To those pursuing a career in healthcare, there is a worldwide opportunity in homeopathy for human, animals, and plants. Homeopathy offers treatment with no contradictions, is easy to administer, economical, organic, and provide permanent healing with minimal recurrence. Imagine a future of organic diets and chemical-free, wholesome foods. Here lies a path where one can achieve both personal success and contribute meaningfully to the healthier world. You have the potential to earn honor and reward, both in this life and beyond. Embrace this journey and let your passion lead the way. Conclusion. Homeopathy presents a unique approach to healthcare for human, animal, and plants. While it has been practiced for centuries, its efficacy and acceptance continue to be subject of debate. Integrating homeopathy with conventional practices may provide beneficial outcome, but it is essential to approach these treatments with informed caution and consultation with qualified practitioners. Thank you, Ji.
Thank you, Dr. Javed Akhtar, for such a
Thanks.
beautiful presentation here. Yes, homeopathy is the future for medicine, definitely, for all sections of humans, animals, as well as plants. Now it's the time for discussion. I invite Dr. Joe Saisel sir to say a few words on this.
Dr. Joe's left the session.
Yes, Dr. Shaji Kudiyat, you can say a few words on the presentation as well as our program on the next day, as well as vote of thanks to the session.
Okay, thank you. It was nice listening to Professor Dr. Nayak. Very long time seeing after we met in Bangalore long time ago. I hope you remember. Then after Dr. Beatrice, who is a colleague from Germany, and also another colleague, Dr. Javed Akhtar from Pakistan. It was nice to listen to all of you. It was our celebration for the 1,500 days of initiating huge effort to promote homeopathy internationally. People in India are lucky to have homeopathy, enjoy homeopathy in the best way possible at present in the world. But this need to be made available to people around the world. So International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy was created during COVID time to create a venue to do that very important job, and we have done it very sincerely and satisfactorily so far. Tomorrow is our 1,500th day. It was a huge effort made by very sincere and dedicated homeopathy doctors. The cream of homeopathy, passionate homeopathy doctors are present in IFPH now. So we are proud to be doing this huge historically important process. Now coming to the presentation, I think Dr. Beatrice was busy last week attending the Liga conference, so she made a glimpses of what she met in the Liga conference. It was nice listening to her. Very many Indian doctors presented nicely there. We can be proud as Indians in that area. And then Dr. Nayak, Professor Dr. Nayak, who is a former Director General of Central Council of Research in Homeopathy. I know he is a very sincere, dedicated person. I met him many times with the doctor.
At Bengaluru.
Yes.
Mm.
You visited our center also, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you for that, and your presence in our forum is very blessing for us. And please come more and bring your experiences and the researches you have done to the people around the world through our forum. We are updating and making these videos available in our YouTube channel so that people around the world can watch it. So thank you, sir. And Dr. Javed Akhtar is a very passionate homeopath from Pakistan. He has a team always joining us and proudly associated with the homeopathy in Pakistan. We are proud of you people also, and as part of IFPH, and also doing everything in promoting homeopathy in the best way possible. So this is the 1499th day. Tomorrow is the 1500th day. I hope all of you will be joining us tomorrow for the ceremonial function tomorrow. So today I thank all of you, each and every one of you, Dr. Beatrice, Professor Dr. Nayak, and Dr. Javed Akhtar for joining us. And all the participants joined today to listen to these important presentations. So on behalf of IFPH, as the Vice President of IFPH, and also on my personal behalf, I extend my wholehearted thanks to all the presenters and the listeners. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your nice deliberation.
Thank you, Dr. Shaji Kuriyat, and doctors who presented this evening, and those who attended the session. As you all know, tomorrow is the big day here. The celebrations of 1500 day will begin at exactly at 8:30 p.m. And Dr. Shyamal Kumar Mukherjee, the National President of the Homeopathic Medical Association of India, will be the person to inaugurate the session. So with that, we come to the end of the day 1499. Thank you all. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Good night. It's over to Dr. Mariama John to moderate the Malayalam session.